911, state your emergency.
No, oh yes, I'm still here.
What's your name?
Jordan Turpins. Okay, I live in a family of 15 people, and my parents are abusing. They abuse us, and my two little sisters right now are chained up. There's 13 kids, and then a mother and father.
And how many of your siblings are tied up?
2 of my sisters, 1 of my brothers.
How are they tied up, with rope or with what?
With chains. They're chained up to their bed. I've never been out. I don't go out much, so I don't know anything about the streets or anything.
Do you think anybody in the house will need to go to the hospital?
I'm not sure. Sometimes we live in stilts, and sometimes I wake up and I can't breathe because how dirty the house is.
When was the last time you had a bath?
I don't know, almost a year ago. But sometimes I feel so dirty. I wash my face and I wash my hair.
Does anybody at the house take any kind of medication?
Oh, I don't know what medication is.
Are you homeschooled?
No, we don't do school. Our mother tells people we're homeschool. Our mother tells people we're private school, and she has a fake private school set up. But we don't really do school. I haven't finished first grade, and I'm 17. I don't know much about my mother. She doesn't like us. She doesn't spend time with us ever. Hi.
Is that the deputy?
Yes.
Go talk to him, okay?
That 911 call that you just heard was from a 17-year-old girl named Jordan Turpin. And as you listen to the call, the description of what she gave the 911 operator was truly horrific. This case was all over the news a couple of years ago. So in January of 2018, Jordan Turpin escaped from her parents' home, which I'm about to drive to right now and show you guys. And when sheriff's deputies raided the home, what they found was truly shocking. As you can see in some of these pictures, it was awful living conditions. You had 13 kids who were chained up to beds for months at a time, only allowed to get up to eat or to bathe, which was only once a year. They were never fed breakfast. They were only fed lunch and dinner, and their diet mainly consisted of frozen burritos, bologna, and peanut butter. Just a weird case. A neighbor that used to live with them, next to them in Fort Worth, Texas, said that when they moved out, the cleaners in the house told them that they found dead cats and feces everywhere. Squalid conditions in this house when the deputies raided it. These kids were so malnourished that when the police were there interviewing them, they thought they were all under the age of 18, but one of them was 29 years of age and weighed only 82 pounds. I'm sure this community did not at all know exactly what was going on in that house of horrors. I mean, I could talk about this case for 20 minutes. Eventually, they pled guilty to child abuse and false imprisonment, and they both, Luis and David Turpin, received 25 years to life. So that's their house right there. If you can see that right there where that house is. And I think the prosecutor in the case said that was the worst child abuse case by far he's ever seen in his life. It was god awful, he said. And the smell and the stench of unwashed bodies and urine and feces is just, it's amazing none of them died. We're gonna wrap around this neighborhood. I'm gonna give another better view of the house. I remember this case. I followed it somewhat closely because a radio station that I listened to, they were talking about it for on and off for a few months. So that's the house right there. I'm circling the yeah, right there. Coincidentally enough, after they left the house, they sold the house for $310,000. So a new family lives there, And it's that house right there with the dark colored blue SUV. The father, David, had a good job for a while. He was an engineer, and I don't know what happened. They're just insanity. I don't know what form of religious doctrine they subscribe to, but to subject your kids to that kind of torture and punishment. But as we know right now, the kids are, somewhat well adjusted as far as they can possibly be. When the deputies were interviewing the kids, they had said that kids didn't really know what popular music really was. They didn't know what medicine was, nor did they know who the police were. They were confused as to who these people were wearing these funny uniforms. And now some of them are in college, some of them are in school. They're getting very good care from whatever organizations have helped them out. Just one of a really, really weird case. They had 13 kids. In an interview, Louise Turpin, she's the mother, she just said God kept telling her to have kids. And one of the charges was lewd and lascivious acts on a minor under the age of 14. So you have some allegations of rape, if you will. Just a very disgusting and horrible conditions, and none of these people in the neighborhood know what was going on. But then again, a lot of the neighbors said that when they would see the kids, that they would just look pale and just little, but nobody said anything. And thank God that Jordan had the courage to go ahead and escape this hellhole. And she got her phone from her mom, which was disconnected. But thankfully, most, if not all cell phones, the ability to call 911 is there, even though the phone is turned off. And so now you got a lot of those kids going to school, getting educations. And during the victim impact statement, the kids were still professing their love for their parents, but even though they didn't understand what they were doing and why they did that to them. Just a true house of horrors, to say the least. If you want, you could probably look online and look up more information about them, because I'm pretty sure there's some things that I want to speak about that I'm forgetting. But to only let your kids shower once a year, and to be beaten and abused and tied up with ropes and chains, and just a very, very weird and sick and twisted house. All right, guys, just a quick video. The daylight quickly escapes me, so I gotta make my way out to Hollywood. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and if you want more information about the crazy Turpins, hopefully, a lot of people that are familiar with the case say that they're never getting out, even though they got 25 years to life, and they did plead guilty in February, I believe, of 2019. A lot of people say just because of the absolute abuse and the conditions of the house, that they're never getting out. I don't know if that's going to be the case. People have at least for the wife anyways. I looked up a little bit about her past, and she had a horrific upbringing herself. It's the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, unfortunately. Anyways, guys, I'm out. I'll catch up with you later. Peace.